JF Stretford, Paddock. This is the Southampton preview. Manchester United going to St Mary's to hopefully make it 2 out of 2 wins at the beginning of the Premier League season. Joining me is my good friend, Sir Alex Bagley.
Sir
Alex Bagley. I thought I'd give you that moniker
right,
because, you know, you're quite posh, aren't you?
I am relatively posh.
Are you posh, though?
I don't know. I'm in
are
the
you
middle
Cheshire,
of it.
you, are you?
Yeah, I'm over at Mersey.
But you're right near the racecourse as well,
Yeah.
so it's a bit weird.
Could be either way.
You're a bit,
Could go either way.
You're the sort of guy that gets out the bath to have a wee, but eats beans on toast. So he's a bit of a mixed bag.
That's it.
Anyway.
You've described Sale there. Well done.
Anyway, enough of this nonsense. We are going to be talking about the Southampton game. Manchester United, of course, facing a team that we have had a pretty good record with over the years. Now, the big question is, are we going to see our new signing start? Jadon Sancho looks like we will see him feature. Mm-hmm. I got a sneak preview of him at the behind the closed doors game that I got on me say no more. But will Raphael Varane, Ollie playing his cards a little bit close to his chest, though it doesn't look like he'll start. Do you think Varane will feature?
He said in his press conference today saying that he looks good and if he gets through today should travel. I don't think he starts. I think it's a bit weird because we've got back-to-back away games. I think he wants to, like he did unveiling him, I think he wants to start him at Old Trafford in a kind of easy-ish game just to kind of bed him in. And I think that we've got Southampton. We've not got until Villa. I think we've got Southampton away, Newcastle away or something. We've got Wolves away, sorry.
Wolves away and
then
it's Newcastle
at home.
Yeah.
And I think that might be the game for him. I don't think it just seems a bit weird to have him his first game, because the back four's not that bad. Lindelof played well against Leeds, so I don't really think he boots him out for an away game. Look at that. TV's going on standby. But don't worry about that. We'll keep moving. Don't look at this. Sorted it. Right. Don't worry about it.
There you go.
We will keep moving.
This is what happens.
This is it. Technology, eh?
The laughter stops and then continues.
Yes. Varane, I don't think he starts him away from home in these kind of... I think he's going to wait until the Newcastle Villa game. Not Villa game. We can stand
Use
by
your words.
Me.
You can do
Villa,
this, eh?
Yeah, I think he starts him in the Villa game, but wouldn't be...
you think he starts him in the Newcastle game at Old Trafford?
Not put Villa before Newcastle, no.
Well, Villa's away, but I thought you wanted him at Old Trafford.
Wolves away.
Wolves away.
Villa at home.
I thought, wait a minute, Newcastle.
We're Newcastle first, aren't we?
Yeah.
And then Villa.
Yeah.
That's when he's going to start.
There you go. So we've cleared that up. I personally think we'll see Raphael Varane maybe feature. Maybe he might get a little bit of a cameo at St Mary's.
Maybe.
If the score is going in a sort of comfortable direction. I don't think he starts. We will get to our starting 11s a little bit later on.
Yep.
And we'll also be hearing from Adam McCullough as well because he's been chatting to us about his starting 11 and whether he thinks Raphael Varane will start or Jadon Sancho as well. In terms of formation, because this is a question, this is one we've asked Maka, there's this sort of feeling around Manchester United and around reports that we're hearing and around the club itself and journalists covering United that Ollie wants to move towards 4-3-3.
Yep.
We've been stuck on 4-2-3-1. Pretty much since he took over almost, that's how it feels. I know at times we've had 3 at the back and he's gone a little bit different, maybe pack the midfield, but it does feel a bit like 4-2-3-1 is his go-to formation. Do you see that changing at all now, maybe with Raphael Varane and with Jadon Sancho coming on? Could we see a switch to 4-3-3, as so many are reporting? I
think the game against Leeds set up in, you saw Fred and McTominay, the norm. But I think Ollie mentioned after the game, we're allowing them to go a bit further forward. We're allowing the players to go. You saw McTominay going. You got Fred going into the box and scoring a goal. I think that you'll probably see more of that. I think you'll probably see us starting with what looks like 4-2-3-1 in a defensive shape. But I think when we're going forwards, you'll see whether it's Van der Beek, Pogba, Fred, someone else that comes in if we do get someone in, or McTominay alongside a Matic or whatever it is, given the license to go in and do it. Now, I've been saying, look, maybe 4-3-3 plays better. You've seen the likes of City do it, but then City have gone, they play Gundogan alongside Fernandinho a lot, and that kind of sits as a 4-2-3-1 as well. I think for me, the one thing you don't want to do is make Bruno Fernandes come further back, which I think people are saying, well, let's make it 4-3-3, and then Bruno can't. No, have Bruno Fernandes scoring goals. I don't want to see him have to do any more defensive work.
Yeah.
You don't want to limit what Bruno Fernandes does. You want to just get more players going forward. I think we're going to stick with what looks like a 4-2-3-1 for a while, but I think he might make a few more risks in that. I don't think it'll be Fred and McTominay as often. And if it is, the likes of McTominay will be said, look, you can go a bit further forward. I think that'll be the case. But I think think it's 6 and 2. You know, 4-3-3 and 4-2-3 are so close to what it is. I don't think we're going to get that out-and-out number 6 defensive midfielder that people seem to want. So I think that it'll be 4-2-3-1, but I think we'll probably be a little bit more attacking.
We, as I said earlier, we spoke to Adam McCall because we're going to get into Predicts 11s because he's a big advocate of 4-3-3. He's been banging on about it. We will be 4-4-3. So he's been talking about it. Here's what he had to say about 4-3-3 and his team for the Southampton game.
I done that because I want to get Pogba in the team and I want to get Sancho in the team. And to do that, you need to play, I think you need to play a 4-3-3 to get your best players into the team. Obviously, you're leaving it a little more open at the back, but I took into consideration these guys' midfield. And I thought we could probably go for it a little bit there. Obviously, you're probably right in this game. And I think when Varane comes back, maybe we will try the 4-3-3 out a little bit more. But I want to see us go to that as soon as possible. Start getting used to playing McTominay or Fred or Matic in the 6, whoever it is. Or Donny van der Beek even, I don't know, it could be. And just get moving towards that. If Pogba plays, he's going to be on the left of a 4-2-3-1. We're probably not going to play him in the 2. Unless it's with Matic. I think he works well with Matic in there. But Ollie obviously likes to play Fred behind him and give him that freedom, which he thrived off against Leeds. He really did thrive off. And you saw him kind of, against Leeds, he comes central. So when he was coming central off there, the right back was thinking, where do I go? Because now their left winger, or left forward, whatever you call it, is drifting into a central midfield position. He's creating an overload in that position. All right, I've got no one to mark. But now, you got Luke Shaw bombing on from that position as well. I think Pogba playing in those areas is so good. And the 4-3-3 kind of allows him to do that as well. Except we have the one extra person for him to work off over there. When we are in the 4-3-3, whether that's Rashford, Marshall, Greenwood, Sancho, whoever over on the left, we got an extra player to work with. So I do want to see us get to that point, and maybe I'm just rushing it.
So, bit of an interesting one for Maka there. You see he's gone with one of his faves, Anthony Martial, who played well the other day in the behind the closed doors game. I was there, I watched it, saw his goal, but I credited it to Harry Maguire because my eyes aren't the greatest, and I just saw Harry Maguire heading it and it going in the goal, and I thought it was a Maguire goal, and then it turned out that it actually hit Martial on the way in, and then people were kicking off on socials about agendas and all that other nonsense. I've not got an agenda, I just can't see very well. And he also set up Jesse for his goal. So I had a decent game against Burnley. You were trying. It wasn't like it was a complete, non-game. Whether Martial starts or not, he's gone with 4-3-3. He feels like that's a formation. You, on the other hand, as we've mentioned earlier, you still feel that Ollie, for the time being, he's a bit of a 4-2-3-1
I think it's 4-2-3-1, I think he's going to go for this. This is my team, so we've got De Gea in goal, Wan-Bissaka. I don't see Varane just starting. I think it might, maybe like you said, maybe come on for a little cameo. Maguire and Shaw. Then I've gone with McTominay and Van der Beek. Again, Fred had a really good game, but I think this is the kind of game you want. If you're going to get Van der Beek into the team, these are the ones you're going to do it. I think that's why I'd like to see him in there.
Played well at St Mary's last season. It's probably his best game for Manchester United so far has been against Southampton.
Absolutely. And then I think Fernandes and Pogba, they can't be dropped out of the team. They have to play. Mason Greenwood, again, another one that had a fantastic performance. What to see him start. And I think this is the full debut for Jadon Sancho. I think this is if he's got his fitness this week, if he looked a little bit slow at the start of last week, if he's had his fitness this week, he's had 7 days of training. You don't need Dan James against Southampton. I'm hoping you can just go, there you go, Jadon, here's your start, and you start on the right-hand side. Now, that probably, the way that's kind of sitting, wouldn't surprise me if it's a bit more of a diamond as well, so you can probably have McTominay a bit deeper, Pogba probably get a bit deeper, you push Sancho a little bit further forward, maybe you drift over to the left, Greenwood on the right. It's this front, the way we play against Leeds, Pogba was popping up everywhere, Fernandes popping up everywhere, even the likes of Dan James were moving either side, and Mason was going in the channels as well. I think that's how we're going to be, especially until if we get the likes of Rashford, who likes to be out on the left-hand side, the likes of Cavani, who is an out-and-out striker and number 9. I think you're going to see, especially that front 4, you add Van der Beek in that front 5, move around a lot and be relatively fluid with it all. So that's what I've gone for. I'm hoping with the way Van der Beek's played in pre-season, the way McTominay kind of bossed things, I think, in the Leeds game, that he just goes, right, these are the two I want to start in midfield.
He had like I said, I saw some of the behind the closed doors game, and Van der Beek started and he had a pretty decent half from what I saw. He was getting stuck in as well.
Yeah.
He's added that physicality to him. He's bulked up a little bit. It's not just about that. Be interesting to see how many chances he gets, because he hasn't had much of a crack, has he, so far? He's not had a run in the side. He's been in and out and didn't even get off the bench for the Europa League final, didn't get off the bench for the Leeds game. So it'll be interesting to see whether Ole Gunnar Solskjaer does show a bit of faith in him at a ground where he's played well in the past. My team is almost identical to yours, bro, other than the fact that, I've put Fred in there.
You kept McFred.
Well, let's not forget, Fred, he scored 2 goals in 2 games. He actually scored in that game against Burnley, that friendly, or whatever we'll call it.
Oh, my God.
Scored against Leeds. He's on fire. Do you know what I mean? And you're dropping him.
The end is nigh.
The end is nigh. Well, listen, it's not the team that I want to see, even though it's not far off it. It's the predicted team.
Yeah.
Is Ole going to drop Fred? Really? I mean, I know you think he is for Van der Beek. Is he going to say, right, okay, Van der Beek's in now? I'm not so sure. I still think he's going to stick with McFred. I think he'll maybe one change, as you can see there. I've gone with Jadon Sancho. I don't think Varane is quite ready yet, as you've already discussed. You've gone with Sancho as well. I just think that he's going to stick with McFred. And I feel that because, okay, they had that game on Tuesday, which was a friendly, they've had a week between Premier League games. I think he can pick who he wants, and I think he'll go with what he feels is his strongest team available.
Do you think he's going to do this season? You've seen when he first come in, he had that run again, or especially the tail end of his first season where he played the same team.
Yeah.
Or it was the tail end of after COVID. When he came back, we played the same team all the way through. Played that run of games. Do you think he's going to...
when he put, I think Fosu Mensah.
I think Fosu Mensah now and again came in.
Crazy one, but
he's played exactly... Do you think he's going to do that if once everyone gets fit and he gets a rhythm? Do you think he's going to be like, this is my 11, this is a start, whether we're playing that or
when
that?
I say available, everyone's fit. Obviously, Raphael Varane, I'm talking about match fit.
Of course,
Edinson Cavani,
but what I'm saying is, do you think
Marcus
that
Rashford
Varane comes in, maybe that's his, and then he goes, right, that's my team, and plays 10 games in a row with it if no one gets injured?
Possibly.
Or do you think he's going to go to more the Pep style of rotating?
Does that happen? Because we had a great run last season, didn't we, where Eric Bailly played 6 games, and I think we won practically all of them. But then he gets injured, and Eric Bailly, from the other day, played against Burnley.
He got booked.
I think started a 20-man brawl and got booked. So, not a brawl, but a bit of, noses against each other and all that sort of stuff. Eric Bailly, obviously fit, ready to go.
Yeah.
Raphael Varane, when he's fit, I think he starts. I don't see a lot of rotation, but when you start throwing in Champions League games, you just don't know, do you? Because the games start coming thick and fast. You've got a bit of breathing room now because you've got an international break coming up. You've got like a full week between Premier League games, which is quite rare. Once the games start coming thick and fast, I think Ole is going to have to shuffle his pack a little bit. But I do want to see Varane and Maguire start working on that partnership together, because that hindered us last season, where you had Lindelof, then Bailly, then Maguire and Bailly, then Maguire and Lindelof, and I don't think it helps. I think you need that settled centre-back partnership. Yeah. And we know who our centre-back partnership is going to be, because Varane ain't come here to sit on the bench, is there? No. And you ain't going to drop your £80 million captain. So I think that's sort of one thing we should expect, is Varane and Maguire to be the regular starters eventually. In terms of the opposition, I mean, Southampton, they probably... Could you argue they're weaker this season than they were last season? They lost Vestergaard, they've lost Danny Ings, they've brought in Adam Armstrong from Blackburn. I mean, Southampton to me have a lot of okay players. Do you know what I mean? Like,
got
Walcott, Che Adams, they're all right. Ward-Prowse, he's okay. I don't think he's setting the world on fire. I'm probably going to eat my words now, but I'd always fancy us to beat Southampton. I know we battered them 9-0 at Old Trafford, but if we're being honest, there were mitigating circumstances. They had a load of children playing for him, and they went down to 9 men.
One of them got sent off
straight away, and then his mate got sent off later on. So it's like...
I don't know. Southampton's weird how they've gone, especially since, I think, since Pochettino left, and it kind of just slowly, they get a manager in, they get a few players, and then they'd have to sell the players and all that. And they've done it again this year, but... They've always seemed to go, they've signed 3 players that could work, and it has worked. Whereas this year, they got Ings and Vestergaard, and you've gone, well, who have they really...
Ings is a big loss, isn't it? Because he bangs in goals.
As well.
Yeah, that's true.
You can't just let someone like that go.
Got him for no reason there.
The one thing about if all these teams that end up staying up, Burnley are the prime example of it. If you're defensively all right, you'll probably stay up. You might not get into the top half, you don't score a load of goals. But if you're defensively all right, you'll stay up. If you lose Vestergaard, we should be comfortable in this game. We should be comfortable. Touch wood, we do, because we should be comfortable and be able to turn over whoever we play. But again, Ward-Prowse has got, we saw last year with dead balls and with corners and free kicks, they've always got a chance of nicking a goal off that. That's what you kind of got to do. It's one of them. First goal for United, I see it being comfortable. But again, if they get a free kick and end up scoring from it, it can always get edgy. But I think if we get the first goal, I think it's a comfortable win.
A comfortable win you're going for then. Go on then, give us your prediction. What's the score going to be? Don't tell me any lies.
I'm going to go 4-0.
4-0?
4-0 FC.
Gosh, and quite possibly, crikey, you've gone with 4-0.
Top of league.
I think Southampton, when it's not Old Trafford, it's 3-2. League Cup final, 3-2. Robin Van Persie, 3-2. Edinson Cavani last season, 3-2. It's the 3-2 game, mate. That's what it is. So I'm going 4-1. No, I'm going 3-2. Get involved in the comments. Let us know what you think the score's going to be. Whether you agree with Nicola, are we going to go 4-3-3? Whether you agree with me and Baggers, it's going to be 4-2-3-1.
Yep.
Is Varane going to start? Is Sancho going to start? Let us know what you think. And give us a subscribe. At the moment, we're just a few hundred away from 600,000 subscribers.
You could be the 600,000.
Yeah, come on. That could be you. Baggers, where can people find you?
Baggers_Alex. And check out the merch we've got. You've seen Joe the other night in the Fernandez one. You've got the Skulls
man. I was rocking the other
Bruno one.
I've got the Ollie's Tricky Red sweatshirt as well, or hoodie.
Yeah.
Mate, check it out, man. Make sure you're checking it out. Make sure you're checking them out on socials. You know where to find me. If you're not doing, give us a like, share, and a subscribe. Don't forget. Thanks for watching.